Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel. Thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Submariner, reference 16610LV, the Lunette Vert. You can see and you can purchase this anniversary Rolex Submariner on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this anniversary Submariner, with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this LV. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. This timepiece is easily one of the absolute best of the 2000s. When we look back on that decade, frankly, with equal measures of awe and disgust at some of the excesses of style and complication and size that were strewn about the years of that decade, this watch won't be one we regret. One of the finest efforts from Rolex in modern times and among the best of its era. This is a timepiece that still possesses immense charisma and power. On my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. The watch you see here was part of a series that ran from 2003 to roughly 2009. 40 millimeters across the round of the case, not inclusive of the crown or crown guards. It's quite compact, as all pre-super case Rolex Submariners are. 13 millimeters thick, it does slide easily underneath any kind of duress cuff or tight sleeve due to the slope of the bezel. From lug to lug, were you to throw it on a strap, the watch would measure 47.5 millimeters from extremity to extremity, factoring in the reference 93-250 solid end link bracelet. You get a more robust and contemporary 50.5 millimeter distance across the wrist, but still compatible with far smaller wrists than even today's Rolex references. The super case is nice, and Rolex has done its homework to ensure it fits smaller wrists, but there's a difference between fitting right and feeling right. This one feels right. I would say on a wrist down to perhaps as small as 13.5 millimeters, you should be able to wear this one with security and a good sense of proportion. The bracelet is nicely made, and it's survived the years and its potential ravages in excellent condition. Tolerances are superb. There's an immense amount of metal remaining. The graining is crisp and deep and unmarred. The bracelet, featuring the traditional Rolex stamped clasp with clamshell, is an outstanding condition with tolerances that are superb, as with the rest of the bracelet links and the case itself. Now, it's a traditional feel on the wrist, but it does feature the solid end links for a little bit more solidity, heft, a bridge between traditional Rolex and modern Rolex. The watch itself, again, is just a stunning effort of style, mostly because the changes are subtle. Now, it's often said that if you were to pop in a green bezel insert, you wouldn't be able to distinguish a conventional 16610 from the LV, but that's not exactly true. In addition to the beautiful green lunette, the watch does have a distinct dial that was exclusive to this model. The individual plots of the indices, as well as the index at 12, are considerably larger than on other Submariners of the era. Sometimes known as the modern maxi dial, it was a feature that would become universal in the era of the Sub-C, but at the time of the anniversary Submariner's debut, it was something that you would see only on the Yacht-Masters and the LV model, so the watch does have more identity and exclusivity to it than one might assume at first glance. Now, you can see that the case is in superb condition, both satin and polished elements showing beautifully in factory fashion. And the dial itself, this is a D series, so early D series, this is a 2005 model. Over time, as we all know, there were many changes, perhaps as many as 8 separate changes to the dial itself, to say nothing of the bezel. The watch evolved greatly during its production period, short though it was. I do feel that the distinctions between the variations of the dial are artificial and not a basis for bidding up or bidding down any individual version. I think perhaps the earliest Y serial number models, because they are so scarce and the first, may someday command a premium, but all of these watches are a long way removed from vintage status. Right now, the diktat, if you're buying one, is purchase the best one available, and this one certainly falls into that category. Now, you can see most of the running changes to the bezel and the dial that occurred during that period are in evidence here, the number one omission being the pre-confidence ring Rayhaut. There is no Rolex engraved outboard of the dial. Again, that was one of the last distinctions to actually enter the line before the advent of the 2010 Hulk, the 6-digit all green. Now, the watch features a Rolex caliber 3135 internally, 31 joules, bidirectional automatic winding, very robust 45 to 48 hour power reserve. As a Submariner, it is secured against 300 meters, so water resistant, robust for just about any diving activities short of saturation diving. It is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer. When you pull the crown out after threading it out, you do hack the balance, stop the seconds. You can synchronize to a reference time. There is a quick set for the date beneath its Cyclops eye magnifier, so you can rapidly cycle to correct if the watch should run down. Furthermore, it does feature a full balance bridge anchored on both sides and a free sprung index such that the watch has robust resistance to shock-induced timing deviation, and with a Breguet overcoil hairspring, it also has robust resistance to gravitational or positionally induced timing deviation. You can see this handsome timepiece, a landmark Rolex and one of the true design icons of its era, irrespective of brands. See it, fall in love, and buy it on our website.